everyone, welcome to Tathastu and welcome to our class wherein we are going to do the current affairs MCQs, which is being presented by me. My name is Khushboo. Let's get started, but before that a little bit of information. These are the batches in which you can take admissions. These are the batches: MSLV, PSLV, it is going to be launched soon, NCRT module and philosophy optional. You can enroll in any of these batches. For doing that, you can definitely visit our website, that is tathastuics.com. Okay, now let's get started with the very first MCQ. The first MCQ is related to birds. Consider the following statements with respect to State of India's Birds Report 2023. The very first statement, it is, the report outlines the bird species in the state that require the most urgent conservation efforts. Second is, the report is a collaborative effort involving 13 entities encompassing both governmental and non-governmental organizations. You have to see which of these are correct. So here the answer, first of all, let's check out that why it was renewed. That is important. So the State of India's Birds Report long-term trends of species shows 60% in decline. So if you check out this particular report, 30 million observations were done by the 30,000 bird watchers. 30,000 bird watchers. And what they did, how many observations they did? 30 million observations they did. So the answer over here is 3. Both these statements are correct. Nothing is wrong. So nothing much to discuss about related to the statements. But when it comes to the report, so definitely that is important. So it is produced by the State of India's Birds Partnership, and which comprises 13 organizations, which includes the government and as well as the non-governmental organizations. Both of them are involved in this. Now, this particular report, it is a periodic evaluation. Okay, it is a periodic evaluation of the distribution, population trends and the conservation status of most bird species which are found over here in India, which is very important. Okay, chalo. Now let's see this thing. Warning signs for the bird species have been shown, right? So you can check this out from the PPT itself. And ma'am, from where we can download the PPT? The link is provided in the description box. From there you can go to the channel and from there you can download the PPT or the PDF, you can say. Okay. Next question is, with reference to India's religious minorities communities, consider the following statements. The very first statement is, this comprises 6 religions that have been officially recognized according to the provisions of Section 2 Clause C in the National Commission for Minorities Act of 1992. Second is, within this group, Christians constitute the most substantial religious minority. Third statement is, the UPA government formed the Justice Rajendra Sachar Committee, which is very much famous as Sachar Committee, to examine the socio-economic and educational status of Muslims in India. You have to choose accordingly how many of the above statements are correct over here. So the answer is option B, only the 2. The second statement is incorrect. Yesterday only we covered this particular topic. So minorities are now highlighted because of this particular report, and what we had covered and what was actually given over here. So basically a lot many schemes had been taken back. सबको वापस लिया हुआ है. Okay, so how it will be actually impacting the minorities? So it was talking about this thing only. Okay, so in the yesterday's DNA, I have already explained this thing in very detailed manner. When it comes to India, in India, there are more than 30 crore individuals, which is 20% of our total population, from religious minority groups. This is very huge number. Now, this when it comes to this particular, more than over here, there are more than 30 crore. Okay, it's not like just only 30 crores, more than 30 crores. The exact number has not been given. Now, when it comes to these minority groups, there are 6 religions which is actually officially mentioned over there, that these are the minority groups. Okay, so 6 religions officially identified to section 2 clause C of the National Commission for Minorities Act 1992, and in this minority, all of you must be aware, Muslims are the one. Okay, so Muslims form the most prominent religious minority over here, because when it comes to the minority section, so they are the one who are having the most number of population in this thing. Okay, now their involvement in the formal employment is very much limited, and with the significant portion they are very much involved in the informal sector. So formal sector, very less number of people are working over there, but when it comes to the informal sector, there are a lot many people who are contributing over there. Informal sector marked by inadequate wages, because in the informal sector all these things are not being regulated, so definitely at less wages they are working, minimal social protection and unfavorable working conditions are there. Next, question number 3. Consider the following statements regarding parboiled rice. Parboiled rice. The first one is referred to as converted rice. Parboiled rice undergoes partial pre-cooking within its inedible husk before undergoing processing for consumption. Second is parboiled rice contains elevated levels of fiber and protein. Elevated levels of fiber and protein compared to white rice. Third is it boasts greater nutritional value in comparison to brown rice. So how many of these statements are correct? Okay, so here the answer of this question is option B. The third statement is incorrect. Government imposes 20% export duty on parboiled rice. So you can see over here now we are basically curbing our export related to a lot many things, like the rice, the basmati rice, the broken rice, and then onions, then here you can see parboiled rice. Okay, now when it comes to the parboiled rice, what is this basically? So in Hindi it is called as क्या कहते हैं इसको, जो कि हाफ बॉइल्ड बेसिकली इसको कहते हैं ना, हाफ बॉइल्ड राइस जो है वो है कि नहीं, ठीक है. सो दिस इज व्हाट. Okay, so parboiled are known as converted rice as well as goes through partial pre-cooking. Okay, उसना चावल भी काफी जगहों पे बोला जाता है, ये वो टर्म नहीं आ रहा था मेरे को. So उसना चावल भी काफी जगह कहते हैं. So what is happening over here? Pre-cooking. Before the partial pre-cooking is done with its husk that cannot be consumed before the rice is prepared for the consumption. So with the husk only, with the coverage, this is the rice and it is being covered by its husk. So with that only it is being boiled, parboiled. It is a little bit of cooking is done. Not the complete process, the pre-cooking is done, and then it is being taken out, and after that it can be used, but before that also you have to cook it properly. Okay, and obviously it is being sold without that cover. Okay, this pre-cooking takes place prior to the milling of rice, before the removal of the outer husk. Just now I told you how it is being done. So with the coverage only, with that coverage, this is rice and its cover. Okay, this is what I am pointing out, right? Its cover, it is being boiled with that only, along with that only, but later on it is being removed and then sailed. Okay, so that is what is the parboil. Third one is incorrect. Why? Because this is parboiled, definitely a lot of nutrition has already gone, so it is inferior to that of the brown rice. It requires a slightly extended cooking time. It takes little bit longer time in order to be cooked. Next is consider the following statements with respect to Orion Aircraft. The first is this aircraft serves as an intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance mission platform. Second is Lockheed Martin designed this aircraft specifically for the United States Air Force's needs. So which of these are correct? Related to Orion aircraft. So it was in news. Why? After 2 years, tech is fully integrated into Israel's newest spy plane, says Defense Ministry of Israel, obviously. So they have said that now we have completely integrated this spy plane, this thing. Okay. Now this aircraft is specialized for intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance missions. So that is why ISR. Okay, the initial letters of these has been used in order to make this acronym, that is the ISR. Now it actually utilizes the Gulfstream G550 executive jet structure. The structure is like that only as a foundation, but it has actually very enhanced sensors, array of sensors and data collection tools to swiftly detect targets even if it is really very far away. Adverse weather, even during the, even if the weather is really very bad, then also it can do, it can actually find out. Statement 2 is incorrect, statement 1 is correct over here. The development of this was a collaborative effort involving the Israel Defense Ministry's Directorate of Defense Research and Development, the Israel Air Force, the Naval Division of Israel Defense Force, the Intelligence Unit and the Israel Aerospace Industry. So all of them were involved in order to make this one. Next question, the last question. Consider the following statements. The very first one is shigellosis refers to a bacterial infection affecting the digestive tract. Second is the primary outcome of shigellosis is typically dysentery. Third is employed in the investigation of numerous diseases, a controlled human infection study. Controlled human infection studies, that is CHIS, offers a relatively swift and effective approach to evaluating vaccine potential. So how many of these are correct related to this? Answer is option C. All the three statements are correct over here. Battling an acquired infection to find a cure. Shingolis, all the statements are actually correct related to this thing. What is this? This is an intestinal infection. Intestinal infection hai ye, and it is triggered by Shigella bacteria, which leads to the dysentery. So here both the statements, and I guess all the three statements are actually correct. Not I guess, these are the correct. CHIS, this is which is actually often being referred as human challenge study, has been employed for numerous diseases research purposes for many years, offering a time efficient means in order to assess the vaccine potential over here. So these were the questions related to our MCQs. I hope you people enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Bye bye, take care and have a great time.